Today we're gonna look at the best farms in Hypixel Skyblock purely for the money, and we're gonna be using efficient farm setups. The only farm we're gonna use that's generated by the garden is gonna be cocoa bean, but the rest is custom builds. We're gonna take a look at each crop and farm them for 1 hour and show you exact speeds that you want to farm them at and the setup of the farm we have. The sugarcane farm itself is very simple. It's literally just one big row, a U-turn, and the angle that we go at is at 135 this way, and the speed would be 328. But if we farm this way, then we would want to get angle of 45. Of course, I'm gonna be using my precious sugarcane hoe, which has a counter of almost 200 million, and our farming fortune would be 1021. And from 1 hour, we made 11.9 million coins. But off to the next farm, which is gonna be carrot, and in this case they are actually the same setup as wheat and potato, which means that we have one big row going, water in between, we have 5 blocks of dirt in between, and also I do use teleport pads at the very end to teleport us back into the beginning, so I can literally farm just like this, and I don't have to do anything else other than hold down 2 keyboard buttons, which makes it extremely convenient to be semi-AFK. Of course, in this case, we're going to be using the carrot hoe, and this means that our farming fortune is slightly below 1000. And since this farm is 5 long, we're going to set at the speed at 93, and this should be the perfect speed to farm at 90 degrees angle. But in 1 hour, is it going to be making more than sugarcane? Well, we actually ended up making a total almost 11.3 million, so slightly less. But of course, farming fortune was also slightly less. But now off to the pumpkin farm, which actually, interestingly enough, I got the collection below 1000, which is pretty cool. Now, the way we want to farm it at is actually at 158 speed and getting 3 blocks at once. This is perfect. We're going to be using the pumpkin dicer, and as you can see, we're actually breaking 3 rows at once, and the farm looks something along the lines. You have 2 blocks here and then 4 blocks here, and this is the way to go. We have the seeds down here, and this actually is really good setup, and we are using the same setup for melon, and of course we're also using teleport pads, so we actually get teleported from the end of this row to here, so we can again farm it at 2 keyboard buttons. In this case, our farming fortune is 1001, and in 1 hour we actually made ourselves 9.5 million coins. This is by far the worst farm we have had, which is interesting, but let's check out Nether wart, which could be potentially one of the best, or is it? Now, it does look like this farm is a bit broken. I don't know if it glitched out like with the replenish, but whatever. Anyways, the hoe that we're going to be using is the Nether wart hoe, which is pretty good, and this gives us our farming fortune 10. I want to say 10,000, that would be nice, but 1020. We're using 5 soul sands, a row in between, soul sand, row in between, and of course we're again farming at 93 speed and looking at 90 degrees angle. However, the results weren't as good as I thought it would be, and we actually ended up making 10.9 million in 1 hour. Now I'm in love with the cocoa, so we're gonna check out this farm right here, and interestingly enough, this is one of the only plots that you can literally farm from one end to the other, and it's gonna be regrown. Now I do have garden level 14, so I have quite a bit of crop growth extra, and for this we're gonna be using the blessed cocoa chopper, and this gives us farming fortune of 997, the speed of which we're gonna be farming at the same pace as pumpkin, aka 158, and we're gonna look slightly up, and boom, it's perfect. But is the amount of money also perfect? Well, in 1 hour we made 10.1 million coins, slightly more than pumpkin, so we'll take that. But now we're off to the most annoying farm, which is Cactus. It literally gives me seizure. And therefore, I'm going to farm it only for 30 minutes, cause 60 minutes it would be pain. The farm itself is very simple. It's just a row of 4 cactus, of course the sand, And we also have the backdrop so we can lean on this. But anyways, we break 2 rows at once at 400 speed. Now you could actually get it at 500 speed. It would be even more efficient. But for myself, I farmed at 400 speed with this decent cactus knife, which gives us farming fortune of 1005. But in the 30 minutes, we actually made 5.64 million coins, meaning that an hour would be 11 point almost 3 million. Anyways, the next one, which I think might be really good, is actually potatoes. And we're gonna be farming it exactly the same as carrot, the same setup, except that we're gonna be using the potato hoe, meaning that our farming fortune is 1018. But I can't seem to find the footage where I actually sold the potatoes, but we made 11.06 million. But while we are on topic of not finding things, let's go to wheat, where I actually need to make a new hoe because I made a devastating mistake of probably dropping it. And I don't know why, but the mythic wheat hoes, they're going for 100 million. Hello? Now I really hope I don't actually have to pay 100 million to make it into mythic. God damn. Alright, let's buy it. Alright, so first the mathematical hoe blueprint, then we're gonna need regular wheat. There we go. Here is the next tier. The purchases are slowly starting to become very expensive. Boom! 79 million gone! Oh my god. And here it is, the wheat hoe. Actually, why didn't I just buy it? Why did I actually not just buy it? Why did I have to craft it? Because I'm gonna need to reach 100k for the counter for 1+ rarity, blah blah blah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Our farming fortune is only 984. And let's drop the cultivating on it as well. Well, now that I'm broke, we're ready to farm. And boom, the 1 hour has been completed. Our counter is slowly going up, which is good. So it's gonna get a little bit more farming fortune. Oh, now it's 995 actually. But anyways, let's see how much money we made off wheat alone. So we have 600,000 here, plus on top of that another 8.4 million, meaning that we made exactly 9 million coins. But now we are setting up the mushroom farm to test this out as well. And the mushroom farm is also very simple. We actually have 5 blocks in between here, and you want to plant the mushroom on the very last row. And when we're going to be farming, we're actually going to be breaking 4 rows so they can actually expand just like that. As you can see, they're already starting to grow. Alright, so the angles here, it's kind of hard to say which angle is the best. It could be just 122 or 57, I think. At 200 speed, we're going to be using the... where is it? The beautiful fungi cutter, which gives us our farming fortune 973. But anyways, yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to do it at 57.1 angle. So, alright, we'll just do 57 like this. Wait, but before we actually do much more further with the farming, let's go to crop upgrades because all of them are tier 7 besides mushrooms. So let's quickly get this upgraded to tier 7 as well so they're equal here. But we're not going to be farming this for too long. Right now we did 10 minutes and let's see how much money we made here. Ooh, 1.3 million plus 700,000. That's 2 million, which means that this farm would make a little bit more than 12 million coins, meaning that it is the best? Yeah, I definitely didn't expect that cactus and mushroom would be at the very top list of being the best crops for money. But if you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot to me if you can take a moment to like and subscribe. And here's a video of ours farming for 50 hours. And the results were insane.